guys, welcome to week 6. We're almost done. Now, chapter 27 is really kind of odd because we go back to the old storytelling kind of point of view back from the beginning of the book. And it's kind of a break between two major events in the book. Now, here we have some foreshadowing of what's to come. We have somebody who goes to the judge's house and they cut the back screen door. And we're wondering, okay, well, who do you think did that? It also draws a parallel between Tom Robinson and Boo. How are those two similar to each other? How is the man stuck in his house, unable to leave, same as Tom? And then take a look at the perceptions of the people in the town. How do those perceptions trap them? Now, then we have Link D's. We actually get to meet we have more fallout from the trial. We have Helen Robinson, if you remember, that was the woman that Reverend Sykes was gathering money for. She is Tom Robinson's wife. She does have children. She needs a job now. And so she gets a job with Link D's. And a lot of people have problems with that. But she is a cook and a housekeeper for him. And she starts being stalked by Mr. Yule. And Link D's decides to do something about it. Now, when he goes out and tries to talk to Mr. Yule, he doesn't want to talk to him. He wants to follow around Helen and say horrible things to her, but when it comes to an actual man showing up and saying, hey, what you want, he backs down. He's hiding on the floor with his kids. Now, with that being said, Link D says something very telling. He says, if I hear one more peep out of my girl, Helen. Now, we again use that projective girl, which of course is demeaning to Helen, but he says mine. And he is taking possession of her. Now, you can see this in a variety of different ways. But in this instance, I want you to tell me, how do you see this? Why does he say my? What does that indicate? What is he trying to tell Mr. Yule by using the word my? And how is that similar or different to Calpurnia calling Jem and Scout my children? You tell me. Now, up next, what do you think of the whole tribe being one big family? Now they go back and they're talking again about African native culture and how they are disgusted by the idea that this tribe of people act like one big family. But how do the people make them parallel this idea? Because if you guys remember back to the first chapter, Atticus basically says, almost everybody here is related by blood or by marriage. Okay, how do the people make them act like a family? How do they not act like a family? That's a better question. Up next, what do you think is the last sentence of the chapter means? Justify your answer. Read that puppy. Read it again. Then tell me, what does it mean? Summary. How is this chapter important to the book? What do we learn? What characteristics are developed in this chapter? We have a lot of stuff that's going on here, and we have a couple of things, like she drops in the story about Miss Tootie and Miss Fruity, and she also to try to break up and lighten the load before we go into the very end of the book. And what do we learn in this chapter? Just little things. We do have 2 words that I'd like you guys to know: purloined and tactfully. They're going to come up and be necessary within your life, I'm sure. And in order to edit these, we go to edit. It'll open up the drawing, and then you'll be able to write in them. You just save and close, and it'll go back. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Last week!